Hi, I'm Lynn Sharber, and I'm excited to share a bit about my future role as a reading and literacy specialist. This work is deeply meaningful to me, not just because it's rooted in research and theory, but because it's about helping students thrive and supporting teachers in doing what they do best. I see my future role as a change agent that connects everyone in the school community. I will work to make sure literacy instruction is strong, responsive, and grounded in best practices for the benefit of students. With parents, I can be a resource to help them understand the science of reading. On the leadership team, I will help interpret data, shape curriculum decisions, and advocate for literacy initiatives that reflect our school's goals and promote equity. With teachers, I'll be a Tier 1 collaborator, whether that's co-planning lessons, modeling strategies, or just being a sounding board. Leading professional development sessions is one way to help in this area. Another method is emailing teachers the links to podcasts. Our school also has a habit of posting important information in the faculty bathroom stalls. So I have already started hanging up charts showing things like the simple view of reading, among other things. If I'm a literacy specialist at my current school, I will also be in charge of the response to intervention process, which is also called RTI. I'll make sure that teachers are providing Tier 2 small group supports in the classroom and track that data. In Oklahoma, we have the Strong Readers Act, which says that kindergarten through third graders who show deficiency in reading must get an individual reading plan. And the reading specialist role at my school inputs and tracks all the data for the State Department of Education. With students, I'll continue to be a teacher, working with them using targeted Tier 3 interventions that follow the science of reading. The role of the literacy specialist has really shifted over the years. In my career, I've seen ideology changes from whole language to balanced literacy, and now a strong emphasis on the science of reading. These shifts have really expanded our responsibilities. We're not just supporting struggling readers anymore. We're helping to lead school-wide literacy efforts, staying current with research, and making sure instruction aligns with what we know about how kids learn to read and write. In the 1950s to 1970s, there was a remedial focus. I was born in 1970, so this era really encompasses my elementary years. Early reading specialists were often seen as remedial teachers, working primarily with struggling students in pull-out programs. Their role was very narrowly focused on fixing reading deficits rather than supporting broader literacy goals. I remember being pulled out of my first grade class to get extra reading help. I don't remember specifically what we did, but it really did change my life, and I became a true reader, loving the worlds that I discovered in books and wanting others to feel the same connection to the printed word. During the 1980s and 90s, the shift started going toward collaboration. So the reading and literacy specialists began to be more integrated into the daily life of schools. They started working with classroom teachers, administrators, and families to support literacy across all settings. For those who were students during that time, like myself, this shift may not have been visible, but behind the scenes, specialists were becoming instructional allies rather than separate support staff. I did get my first teaching job in 1993, but honestly, I don't remember having a reading specialist on our campus or even in the district then. So this collaboration mindset might not have made its way to Texas yet, where I was teaching. In the early 2000s, accountability and RTI came about because of high stakes testing. And so those response to intervention or RTI frameworks shifted the specialist role toward data-driven instruction, progress monitoring, and tiered support. Specialists became key players in school-wide literacy planning and intervention design. From the 2010s to now, we really see literacy leadership and equity coming into play. With increasing diversity in classrooms and a push for 21st century skills, specialists now serve as instructional coaches, curriculum leaders, and equity advocates. Their work includes professional development, culturally responsive teaching, and systemic change efforts. These changes and challenges directly influenced my decision to become a reading specialist because the career aligns with my commitment to equitable literacy instruction, collaborative leadership, and the application of research-based practices to support diverse learners. What I love most about becoming a literacy specialist is turning theory into action. Whether it's applying Vygotsky's social learning to small group instruction or using schema theory to deepen text connections, I will focus on strategies that work in real classrooms. Flexibility is key. When something doesn't work, I can adapt. My heart is in intervention, and I want to stay hands-on with the students. I'm also committed to supporting our schools and districts' literacy vision. That means aligning my work with broader goals, like improving early literacy outcomes, supporting multilingual learners, or integrating literacy across content areas. I can help lead professional development, contribute to curriculum planning, and remain student-centered. Literacy Night has become a much anticipated event at our school, and it is important to show the parents our literacy vision also. And let's talk about data. Data is a powerful tool when it's used with intention. I will work closely with teachers to analyze assessment results, identify patterns, and adjust instruction to meet student needs. We need to consider changes that might need to occur at all 3 tier levels when we look at data. Our focus should be on equity. We will look beyond the numbers to understand the stories they represent. I will always be mindful of privacy and ethical use, ensuring that data supports learning without compromising trust. In addition to tracking classroom and individual student data, I will monitor school-wide trends to guide instructional shifts. Finally, I try to make decisions that reflect compassion, integrity, and commitment to the common good. As someone who values the Christian worldview, I believe in uplifting every student, honoring families, and supporting colleagues with grace and respect. Whether I will be mentoring a teacher or advocating for a student, I want my work to reflect those values in real, tangible ways. Thanks for listening. Being a literacy specialist is about more than just instruction. It's about relationships, leadership, and a shared commitment to helping students become confident, capable readers and writers. I'm grateful to be part of that journey.